Our next guest is Helen Banks Routon, Director of Development for Eastside Baby Corner. The name might be a bit misleading because the mission and work is so much broader. We'll learn more now as we meet with Helen.
Awesome. Well, we have been around for over 32 years, and Eastside Baby Corner is kind of our legacy name. We're no longer just Eastside, and we're no longer just babies, but we still are meeting the same mission of collecting, procuring, the kinds of essential, tangible goods that kids from birth through age 12 need to be able to thrive, and we distribute them across through 75 organizational partners in Central Puget Sound.
And I saw something to that effect on your website. It said something about filling 1,500 to 2,000 orders of essentials for children and expectant mothers each week. That's a lot of items.
It is a lot of items. We have a facility in Issaquah, but we also have one in Bremerton, and we have one that's just about ready to open in Shoreline. It's been in Kenmore for a few years, and it takes all of that space to be able to collect the goods from the community through drives or just when you're ready to clean out your closet of the things your kids have outgrown. Plus, we purchase the kinds of consumable goods like diapers. This year we will probably provide about 1.8 million diaper changes for babies in our region.
That's a lot of diapers.
It is a lot of diapers.
And they cost money. We can't just walk across the street and pick up some for nothing.
No.
So that requires funding. You get donations, but do you have to purchase some of that as well?
We purchase the majority of the diapers. We're about ready to embark on a huge diaper drive called Diaper Derby, and that is, the community just is amazing, and our goal is about 200,000 diapers for that. And we get support from all kinds of places, and people donate, but the majority of those diapers we buy. It's really pretty challenging to source that number of diapers, and especially in the much-needed sizes. The pandemic has caused so many, supply chain issues all along the way. Diapers as well as formula have been deeply affected by those supply chain problems. So they're expensive, and when parents are, even if you're getting SNAP, which people also think of as food stamps, even if you're getting that kind of a subsidy, that can't be used to buy diapers, which puts people even further behind in being able to care for the children the way they want to care for their children.
So how do families who need this kind of help, how do they know about you?
One of the really unique things about how we work is that by connecting with schools, early learning centers, food banks, human service organizations, housing, like I said, families can access our services through about 200 sites across the area, but we don't actually ever see those families at Eastside Baby Corner. We work with the partner providers out there who are providing those kind of services. So you might be a home visitor and you're in the nurse-family partnership, and you're going to the house to help that young parent learn how to care for their child. You come bearing diapers, you show them how to use the diapers, how to mix the formula correctly, how to take care of them. We supply those tangible goods that both enhance the work of our social workers and our teachers and our nurses, as well as providing families the ability to care for their children.
And your work is focused, I think, as you said, from birth to age 12, and also expectant mothers.
That is correct. That is the only adults that we do, but we provide goods for expectant and immediately postpartum moms.
So 1,500 to 2,000 orders a week is mind-boggling. And do you ever, with those kinds of numbers, though, sometimes do you run short, like you're not able to fill a need?
Well, that I would say not normally, no, and that is because of our amazing community, both the volunteers who donate thousands of hours to help procure and prepare the goods, the people who contribute, and the money raised. If we did not have the community giving us that financial support through things like Give Big, then we would not be able to purchase the items, and we would have to say, I'm sorry, but we don't have formula for you. Your baby's going to be hungry this week. And that is not something that we've had to do because we come from this generous community that makes sure that we are empowered through giving, that we're able to help families who need that extra assistance right now. So right now, we actually fill about 8% of all the orders, and most of the ones that we don't fill are when people maybe request a certain brand, or some of it is just very particular kinds of things that are not essential that we're not able to fill.
That is truly an amazing success rate, that people are in really hard circumstances, that you can come through and alleviate some of that pressure and make their life a little bit better.
Yes. And the great thing is, since we don't duplicate anyone else's services, since we are supporting these other providers out there, we're also reducing a barrier for families. So if they're already working with their case manager at their housing, they don't have to apply for something separate through Eastside Baby Corner. They just talk to that case manager and say, I'm out of diapers this week, and we can turn it around and get it to them within 6 days.
That is just such a service that is so remarkable, because thinking outside of that whole realm, and we're thinking, yes, there's people who need diapers or baby formula, but how do I know who they are? We can't know. But so what our role is here is really so simple, isn't it, Helen, that we can donate to Eastside Baby Corner via Give Big at this time, and really be helping children, helping families.
Absolutely. One of the reasons that we have always participated in Give Big is we are, by nature, a collaborative organization that understands the power of working together. And Give Big is exactly that, only on a really big scale, with 1,600 other nonprofits. But it's a way for the community to get in and help. And yes, you make a donation to an organization like ours, and we're going to put it to use. You make it to EBC, that $25 donation is immediately turned around to 3 days of feeding for an infant, or, diapers for a couple of weeks. So it is a almost direct impact. Even if you're not the one handing it to the person, it's a very short distance from your generosity to a family being helped.
And in sharing that, describing it, and mentioning collaboration, a collaborative effort, one of the words that is so near and dear to my heart, that's what we need in our world. And this is just the ideal way of showing how we can be that link in the chain.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I know it's something that's overused, but it does take all of us. It takes all of us working together, and it is an amazing thing that happens to your own spirit when you give and you know that you are helping to strengthen that connection in your community.
And I really believe that the majority of us really have that giving spirit, and it isn't based on amount, but on that spirit of giving, that the collaboration makes it all come out to such a great result.
Absolutely. So, every donation, no matter the size, counts. And when we're giving together, we're giving big. We're making that kind of difference in the community. Whatever your cause is. And, it's all of it is wrapped together. So whether you prefer to support an organization that's protecting the ability to have clean water, you're also making sure that that baby formula, that we have clean water and good water supply. You can mix the powder, and so the baby has a nourished brain. So, it's literally tied together that closely, no matter where you want to give.
And you just had me look at this a little differently when you said by donating to Give Big and donating to Eastside Baby Corner or other organizations, it's giving big. So it's taken on this whole new layer to me about what that all means.
Yeah, Yeah. It's really a powerful word if you think about it in that kind of way. And I love the idea that we're just like coming together, like literally thinking of that, and all of those little drops, all that little bit of everyone giving at one time turns into this enormous change for our community and making the changes that we want to see happen.
And it shows us then how truly we are all connected. Don't see ourselves as these separate islands. We really are part of one large island. We're just not seeing all those connections.
Yes, and excuse me. And I think it's also important to emphasize that as we get to hopefully a more stable and healthier place in the COVID pandemic, that a lot of nonprofits, including Eastside Baby Corner, but not exclusively, really your time is an incredible, valuable gift. So whatever you can give, giving your best, whether it's your time, your talent, or your treasure, is important to support the entire community and ensure a better quality of life for all.
Oh, really wonderful. And yes, we're looking to a better time when we can really make more in-person connections because volunteers, you mentioned how volunteers are a big part of what goes on. And if you're sending out all these shipments throughout the week, you need helping hands on board.
Yes, well, Eastside Baby Corner was started by volunteers. We were all volunteers, volunteer-led until a little over a decade ago. And we, even during the pandemic, even last year, volunteers contributed well over 18,000 hours during the year. That's down from where it was in 2019. But we had people who came masked up, and maybe some of them at 6 o'clock in the morning so they could work when not be people around, but they were there and they gave their time. And I know that that's true across the board, but there are places for people to be able to plug in and give their time as well as a donation.
So let's let people know about your website, how to connect and find out more information about you and that opportunity.
Great. Yes. It is very easy to get to it. It's our website is www.babycorner.org. And you can go right on there, and there's a little thing that says Get Involved, and it says Volunteer. Go to it, click on, and you can find a calendar where you can sign up to do volunteering here at Eastside Baby Corner. And there's also ways to do collection drives, things like that. You can volunteer off-site as well.
So perfect. But right now, our big thrust this morning as we get to meet you and hear about Eastside Baby Corner, Helen, is, of course, what we've been talking about somewhat, Give Big. So the invitation to our listeners is...
to please give big. And you can go to wagives.org, wagives.org. And there you can search for your causes by name, mission, population served, or geography, and make a donation. Now is early giving, but during the 48-hour span between May 3rd and 4th.
Just perfect. And you have helped us to really get some important insight into an important organization in our big picture of what needs to be done for all of us to be able to thrive together.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful to you, Helen Routon, for your time and for all the devotion that you have to this important organization and taking time with us this morning.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity to share about both Eastside Baby Corner, but also Give Big. And it's been a pleasure to speak with you, Kate.
And you as well, Helen.